Meron ng Airblade 160. Anong mga updates and upgrades ang meron ng bagong version ng Airblade? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Moto News update muna tayo mga brother. Matagal-tagal na wala tong segment na to, pero ibabalik natin yan dahil mukhang maraming parating na motor dito sa Pilipinas and you would want to get the updates dito sa channel na to sa motor ni Juan. Kaya kung hindi ka pa naka-follow and subscribe, be sure to follow lahat ng mga social media pages natin para laging updated sa lahat ng mga motorcycle news, reviews, and tips na meron tayo para sa inyo. So recently, the Airblade 160 was launched in Vietnam. When it comes to the looks, wala masyadong pinagbago ang bagong version ng Airblade, maybe except dun sa decals na that states 160. But it would still be the same motorcycle. Siguro, maaaring magkaroon tayo ng mga bagong color variants na parating dito sa Pilipinas. Ang major change na hindi mo nakikita kaagad pero nararamdaman ay yung makina. The Airblade will now have 156.9cc engine displacement coming from the 150cc dun sa older version. It would still have the ESP Plus engine, single cylinder and now 4-valve engine that produces 15.2 horsepower at 8,000 RPM and 14.2 Newton meters of torque. And if we are to compare to its closest rival, which is the Aerox 2022 or yung Aerox version 2, halos parehas na sila ng power output niyan, although si Airblade medyo lamang ng konti pagdating sa torque. For the brakes, single channel ABS pa rin siya with a disc brake in front and drum brake pa rin yung rear brakes niyan mga brother. Another thing na medyo slightly na iba sa bagong version ng Airblade is the underseat compartment because we used to have 22.7 liters worth of compartment. Ito may nadagdag na konti because it can now house 23.2 liters worth of underseat compartment or capacity. At sa underseat compartment na yan, magkakaroon ka pa rin ng ilaw dyan and syempre yung kanyang charging port. For the suspension, it would practically be the same. Yung telescopic fork sa harap habang twin shocks naman sa likod. We are not expecting any major upgrades pagdating sa suspension like yung Showa that we have sa ADV or even some of the PCX upgrades kasi nga hindi naman ito yung tipong pang touring na scooter. This is more of a sporty style scooter kaya we're expecting for the shocks to be the same. For the features, all LED lights yan. Meron pa rin yung digital panel, same pa rin ang itsura. So I'm actually wondering, yung naging problema ko dun sa previous or sa Airblade 150 is wala siyang built-in na voltmeter. So ito kayang Airblade na to, meron na kaya yung built-in na voltmeter this time. Another feature that we will be retaining is the smart key system. So keyless na siya, at the same time you would still have that anti-theft system. So syempre kailangan secure natin yung mga motor natin. Syempre, usapang presyo tayo para yung mga nagbabalak bumili dyan ay makapag-ipon-ipon na. If we are to convert it, ito sa launch price niya in Vietnam into Philippine peso, mako-convert yan to about 127,000 pesos. So, that's a huge jump coming from the current price ng Airblade 150 na 109,000 pesos considering hindi naman talaga masyadong nabago yung motor apart from a little upgrade here and there. So we don't expect the motorcycle to reach that level of pricing kasi konti na lang naka PCX 160 ka na with a lot more features that the motorcycle or the PCX can offer. Having said that, it is likely that the Airblade 160 will pay somewhere around the 119,000 pesos. Yan yung magiging mga price range na give or take mga brother. So ano sa tingin mo given some of the updates sa kanyang engine and a little bit on the features, sa tingin mo worth it ba yung price na yan? I-comment mo at tingnan natin at pag-usapan natin. Ang susunod na tanong natin, kailan naman kaya lalabas yan dito sa Pilipinas? So nung nakaraan, binigyan ko na kayo ng update with regard to the Click 160 and when will be the projected launch date dito sa Pilipinas. So before, we quoted right around August to October. Again, that's for the Click 160. Meron pang paparating na Airblade 160. Meron tayong dalawang possible scenarios as to when the Airblade 160 would be available here in the Philippines. First is that sabay silang i-launch ni Honda, the Click 160 and the Airblade 160. This will be the case if Honda will go all out sa pag-release ng mga bago nilang scooter na nasa 160cc segment or category na. Pag yan ang masusunod, then we would still have the same projected date pagdating sa pag-launch dito sa Pilipinas, which is again around August to October of 2022. Ang downside lang yan is since mas bago ang itsura ni Click 160 when it comes to the looks and the functions and the engine, we feel like the Honda Click 160 will have a better performance pagdating sa sales niya. Kasi si Airblade, hindi masyadong obvious yung pagbabago niya. So that brings us to another scenario, which is the Airblade 160 having its own launch date pero uunahin muna si Click 160. If that will be the case, the possible launch date for the Airblade 160 dito sa Pinas is around November to January of 2023. So curious tayo dito pero sigurado natin Airblade 160 is already here, Click 160 is already coming to the Philippines, pero para maging updated kayo sa lahat ng mga motorcycle news, updates and reviews that we have, kailangan nakafollow kayo sa lahat ng mga social media pages katulad ng YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. At take note mga brother, kung hindi ka pa TikTok follower ng motor ni Juan, be sure to follow that dahil mamimigay ako ng ilang papremyo kasama ng helmet. Para sa mga TikTok followers ko, antabayanan nyo, I will release the mechanics as to how you can win your brand new helmet sa aking TikTok account. Till our next video mga brother, salute! Ingat pa rin po tayo.